Okay, so we just completed Tuesday. Now we just completed this candle here. Now we're trying to predict Wednesday. Based on what I just told you guys, if the current day closes above the previous day, in this case Tuesday closes above the previous day, which it did, I am projecting or predicting that the next candle will go higher, right? Obviously respecting midpoint of that and then going higher. I would prefer the candle to open low and then go high. Notice what I did here with Tuesday. I marked the high, I marked the low, I marked the midpoint of Tuesday because this is our framework here on the daily, right? I would like to price to go do that. If it's gonna go higher, respect the midpoint. If not, then go lower like that. Uh, in addition to that, the reason why I was bullish is because we close above this down close candle here. That's another shift on state of delivery. So I'm anticipating that the candle will go higher. In this day, let me fast forward, and this was Wednesday. This candle doesn't even have a body, but it is a down close candle. It's a black candle. In my case, it's a black candle, but red candle for most people. Um, Notice how this candle, since it's a red slash black candle, it opened high and then it went low. And when it went low, it respected point 0.5 of Tuesdays. Okay, we're on a bullish environment. This is a bullish leg, so I'm very aware. So my bias was bullish this day. However, in trading, you have to react. You cannot just be married to a bias. Like if I want to go long and my bias is bullish and price keeps dropping, I keep buying it and I keep getting stopped out, and that's how you're gonna blow your account. You have to react. So let me go into the 1 hour once I already told you the framework that I had planned for this day. Now this is the 1 hour chart. First thing that you have to notice here is that Wednesday, when Wednesday opened, it opened high and then it went low. Okay. So that's your first clue because if you want bullish, you want it to open low and then go high. So when he did that, YM, that's why I had a SMT here. YM did not take Tuesday's high. I don't know why my candle says Monday, but this is Tuesday. YM did not take Tuesday's high, showcased by this here, and ES and Q did. So there's a SMT, higher time frame SMT, right? I don't just trade based on SMTs, but just these are confluences that my mind keeps gathering together to formulate what I'm going to do. Wednesday opens high, we have an SMT, and then in addition to that, look at what we have here. We have a C2 closure. 8 a.m. swept, 7 a.m. now 9 a.m., which is C3 expanded lower, right? Because I trade at 10 o'clock. So now you have this 9 a.m. expansion here. So now you potentially have C4 expanding lower. Now we're on a bullish environment. So if I'm going to take a short, either I'm going to take 90% of my position here at the midpoint of Tuesday. Again, I don't know why this says Monday, but this is Tuesday. Because then price can go and do that as support, or if he flips it, then it can go as resistance, right? So if I'm wrong, I'm basically gonna exit here. That's it. I'm not gonna hold for my dear life and get trying to be rich in one trade. No. I know what the environment is. I know what the price is telling me. Even though I was bullish, now I'm reacting. I have an SMT daily. I have a C2 closure, and I have this massive 9 o'clock candle that in addition to that, when it went lower, it changed the state of delivery right here. So the 1 hour shifted bearish, right? So now what I did is I marked point 0.5 of this candle here. You can see this dotted line here, and I would like price to come respect that and go lower. And that's exactly what it did. In addition to that, look at this 1 day candle. The wick of this candle here is 323 handles. That's a massive rejection wick. It's rejecting. It wants to go lower. So all those clues that I gave you is what you have to piece together. And I know it's hard because when you're doing it live, it's just hard to piece it together. But as the more you do it, then your mind is gonna start clicking and putting pieces together. So once I have this framework here, I want to take a short, and I want to take a short to previous day midpoint. I don't want to go to the low of the previous day or even lower because I know the environment that we're in. Now, once I have my framework here, then I move to the 5 minute chart. In the 5 minute chart, you notice how there's a massive drop, right? 9 o'clock is dropping. 8 o'clock swept seven. Now nine did its thing, and now we want C4, which is 10, to potentially do the same. In addition to that, you have the 4 hour, 6 o'clock swept, 2 o'clock now, 10 a.m., which is C3, can align with the 1 hour, which is C4. Remember, C3 was 9 o'clock, C4 is 10 o'clock, but now C3 is 10 o'clock on the 4 hour chart. I know that could be a little confusing, but just remember that whatever the candle is that sweeps is candle two, the next one is candle three, the following is candle four. So this candle swept here, that's two, and then this is three here. And then this candle swept here, that's two, and then this is three, and then this is four. So we are aligning C4 with C3. What happened was when price, when 10 o'clock open, it opened high, right? If you want to take a short, you want to let it open high, then go low. If you want to take a long, you want to let it open low and then go high. It opened high, it changes, it came down, it opened high again, it made another leg. It went high again, it didn't open, it went high again, and then it changed the state of delivery. Now, because I've been watching this for so long, I have thousands and thousands of hours of me watching the charts. This candle here was 91 handles when it went lower. So I didn't wait for the closure here. I decided to front run it as soon as it went through the down close candle here, knowing that I can get stopped out by front running. I just have that in my mind. If you're unable to take a loss, and if you know that you're gonna go on tilt after taking that loss, then don't do it. But because of my conviction of how the candle is printing is telling me that it's gonna go lower, the massive candle at 9 o'clock, the SMT, the 300 and something handles on the wick, the alignment with the four and the one, the respecting. Notice how this is 9 o'clock here. I marked the midpoint here. It went up and it respected the midpoint and then it went lower. So I have all these clues that's telling me that it's going to go lower. So in my execution, you'll see that my entry was here and you get your 2R. You risk 47 handles, which you put your stop at this swing high here, and you exit at the midpoint of Tuesday's uh, candle. I didn't want to go lower because I don't. We're in a bullish environment, so I'm not getting greedy. I got 2.4R or 2R. That's all I need, and that's when I exit. So I know this is a little bit, it might be a little bit more confusing than normal, but this is me not marrying a bias and reacting what price is doing, but mechanical, not just making some crap up. I'm seeing what he's doing, right? I'm seeing what price is telling me. SMT open high, then to go low. You have the SMT here. You change the state of delivery on the 1 hour. You had a C2 closure up here. You have this big rejection wick, and then it opens high, and then changes the state of delivery. My exit was at the midpoint there. Okay, this is it for this breakdown.